Alright guys, so we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I don't know what the last video did. This is kind of fresh. So I recently had an encounter with a Jezebel spirit. I just want to talk about my experiences about it, why it's important for us to stay vigilant, why is it important for us to know about the scriptures so we can be aware of our surroundings and aware when the devil is trying to take us off path and tempt us. So the Jezebel spirit I was messing with. Now this is why I don't believe in fornication. This is why I believe by going by the book, because you never know what spirits you're allowing into your own body, into your own soul, when you just mix and mingle with women like this. It's spiritual warfare going on constantly. You have to be prepared and aware. And to me, this is a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. I've been on semen retention for the past month, I believe. The past month, almost going on 2. Yeah, I just been, no fap, semen retention. Been journaling, making sure I have self introspection. Been getting to my scriptures recently. I just feel better. Feel my energy, my soul feels better. But the Jezebel spirit tried to take me off of that. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. So when I was, fornicating and such, practicing in this, I came across a Jezebel spirit, and everything was kind of going smooth, I would say, until I started to actually begin to notice the type of woman I was dealing with. And see, this is the problem. So this girl, she wasn't Christian or anything, and she had immense trauma. Now you have to be mindful. You have to watch out, bro. You have to watch out. This woman has immense trauma in her past, and I'm talking about, I'm not going to say any of her business. I respect her. Even if she's watching this, she might not even see this. I still respect her to an extent where I'm not going to be saying her business. But she has immense trauma from her past, and even kind of currently. And to the devil, this is a buffet. It's a food court to him. He sees a weak soul, he'll pounce on it like a lion. So her having the immense trauma makes it easy for the demon to enter her and use her as a puppet for his doing. He can use her to do his objectives. That's why it's important, man. It's important to have self-healing, to let go of that trauma and give it to God. Maybe it could be a generational curse. If you believe in blessings, you have to believe in curses as well. So that's very important. That's why it's important as men that we must continue to abide in the faith, leading our household and families in the faith. She also participates in certain indoctrinations and certain substances that doesn't give her a sober mind. I mean, she has legal weed. She is prescribed marijuana that she really doesn't need. She just finessed it to where she get free weed. And she's always smoking. Always using bongs, always smoking weed. And a sober mind, it keeps you vigilant. A sober mind keeps you prepared, keeps you on the defensive. As I said earlier, keeps you vigilant to make sure certain demons and certain spirits don't enter your body and get a hold of you and control you. So her not having a sober mind causes the devil to enter as well. She was also practicing in wicked things such as the zodiac. She used the zodiac as a sort of sense of being, sense of existence. And I mean, it was just her whole life. She used co-star. She believed in it wholeheartedly. To the most to the best of her ability. Put her trust in such things, to where it dictated her whole life. How are you going to be feeling on a certain day? What you're going to be doing. And also, if you try to connect with somebody through co-star, it shows what you guys' relationship is going to be like. Oh, this, that, and oh, today you guys are going to be dealing with this and that. Craziness. So crazy. instead of putting her trust in God and simply just living life and going along with the moments, being prepared for the moment. But yeah, man, she was a Jezebel spirit. And if you don't know much about Jezebel spirit, I want you guys to go watch Mark the Messenger. That's another content creator that you guys should get familiar with. He uses the scriptures and really breaks down what's happening. So, long story short, you know, I started to pick up on this energy. I send God willing, you know, blessed be the God that I was able to pick up on a type of draining, vicious energy that made me very uncomfortable. I had to cut her off. I noticed that she was neglecting me because I decided not to use CoStar. I deleted it because I was like, I don't want to be practicing in such things as this Zodiac. She was too far in it, and I could tell that she was using it against me as well. And there were some other things that made me question her motives. I was saying stuff to her, and she, instead of like being surprised, she kind of went along with it, accepted it, and agreed that that's what she was doing. Had stuff to do with the supernatural, which again, you know, is very crazy. It's spiritual warfare constantly. So when I had all these occurrences pop up, I realized I had to get away from her. As I did, I noticed my life starting to get better. I noticed my energy started to get better. I had let go of the soul tie to this demon possessed woman. And I really hope she was possessed and not sent by the devil herself. That's what we hope for, right? We hope for the best, but we prepare for the worst. She could be a worker for the devil himself. But her demon got irritated. Her demon got irritated because it couldn't control me like the other men. Again, the Jezebel spirit. It couldn't control me like the other men that she was most likely controlling, using fornication as a tool of persuasion and seducing them. She could not control me at all. I was always staying a slight bit vigilant with her. Luckily, that's why I don't have such a strong soul tie with her. I was aware of the fact of what possibly could be going on. I remember I went to a game with her, and you know, I had joined up because she invited me, and I see like 5 dudes just she was just controlling all these men. You would think that they were just on their knees begging for her. Crazy. And of course, I'd never participated in that. So of course I stuck outside of the crowd, and she gave me more attention. But I go to say this, that was all part of her plan, because her plan was to break me as well, to turn me into one of those subordinates. But she couldn't get me. She didn't get me, guys. I stayed strong in the faith. I stayed strong in my masculinity. And I stayed strong in what I was supposed to be doing. So, after I cut off this bad energy, I had one of the most refreshing, most peaceful days in the spirit. I went out journaling with my feet in with my toes in the grass, connecting to the earth around me while journaling out in the summer sun. You know, it's a beautiful thing to do. It really connects you to the world around you, practicing mindfulness. And you know, my soul was at peace. You guys can recall, if you watched that video, I was reading scriptures. I was in a very spiritual place. And after recording these scriptures, right after I'm feeling righteous, holy, at peace, she messaged me on a platform I didn't even know she had me on. Didn't know she had me on. And of course, she disturbed my peace by just giving off such aggression and such anger at a time of peace that I was in. Didn't even know she had me on there. Couldn't even block her like I did on all the other platforms. Correct? Simply reciprocating her energy. However, in noticing this comment, this statement that she tried to do, I did not react to it. I breathed. I conducted myself in such a manner to where I didn't react, but I responded to the matter with the intention of showing her her own demon she has let into her body, and of her own wrongdoings and spiteful behavior. Because there's a certain way to end things off, correct? And the way she ended it off, you know, she could have came about it way more maturely. So she did get a response from me. I ended up messaging her, right? But not out of a reaction. I breathed, and then I formed a response calmly, just telling her about, you're not doing this right, telling her exactly how I just got done reading the scriptures, and then she hit me up to disturb my peace. That's such demonic behavior without her even realizing it. The devil is using her as a puppet. He is using her as an instrument for chaos, to disturb one of God's soldiers, to disturb me. And I told her these things. I told her that the lifestyle that she was doing was not correct, and it's only going to invite more demons in. She's cursing herself by doing these things to her body, correct? I told her all the things that most likely people around her are not telling her. I'm a very honest and truthful person. We must speak the truth. It says that we are supposed to pray for our enemies. I prayed for her. I do pray for my enemies. I do. I truly believe that. I don't have any hatred. I don't have any false intentions. I let it go, and I just move on. And so I told her that her spiteful behavior was incredible, because you don't need to put dirt on somebody's name or try to bring somebody down simply because things did not work out with them. We're more mature than that. That's very childish. I told her these things, some things that people probably are not telling her. And let me tell you, she didn't like that. Well, maybe it resonated with her, but her demon didn't like that, because I decided not to block her. Why? To make sure that she received the message that I tried to get to her. And what happened was, I tried to go to sleep. I went to sleep, but her demon inside of her was still connected to me because I didn't block her. That it was trying to torment my soul with anguish. I woke up in the middle of the night at 4:59 and my soul was disturbed. If you know what it's like to have your soul disturbed, you know what I'm talking about. There was an unease, unbalance. It was not peace. It was conflict with no resolution within the soul. And it was, I truthfully believe it was the demon still connected to me, because I didn't block her, trying to take out its anger, its frustration, its irritation onto my soul. That's why we must stay vigilant. We must stay prepared. She came to me at a time where I felt like I couldn't be attacked, but that's when the devil will attack. When he thinks you're getting comfortable, when you got your guard down. Had a wonderful day in the spirit, and guess what? Boop, he pops up. But I'm glad I handled it the way I did, maturely and in the spirit. And I truthfully said, I wish you the best, in a sense. And that I hope you get rid of them demons. I told her that the devil might be using her as an instrument. Like I said, I really do hope and pray that she wasn't sent by the devil, that she's not a worker for him. She really has immense trauma. He really could be using her as a puppet, but to nonetheless. But after I figured that out, I woke up in the middle of the night and I blocked her. And eventually, I fell to sleep like a baby. My soul is at peace right now as I'm recording this. So all this to say, we must stay vigilant. We must know what a Jezebel spirit looks like and how they try to corrupt men, strip us of our manhood, control us, persuade us with lust, temptation. We must be prepared. We must. We must know what to look out for. This was my experience with a Jezebel spirit. I hope this could help any of you guys who are on your own spiritual journey. Gotta stop letting demons in, guys. We gotta stay stronger. We can't block our own blessings. Because what ends up happening is when your blessing is getting ready to come, the devil, that's when he'll strike. Because he knows the righteousness. He knows the path that you're about to go on, staying in the Spirit of God. And he's afraid. He's afraid that light will be put into the world. He doesn't want that to happen, so he tries to throw all his servants, all his minions to come attack you. You gotta stay vigilant. Gotta stay protected. Spiritual warfare going on at all times. I love you guys, man. Continue to keep in the faith. Deuces.